Right, this is part 2 of my experience in London with the jinn. The last time I spoke to you, we got to the point where I met Yusuf, which is now my friend, where I met him at a hotel, and it was a seminar, and basically he was going back to London. I didn't know the guy, and I was going to London, and we met up at this seminar. I asked him if he wanted a lift. He said yeah. So anyway, this is what happens. We're going back to London. We're talking. We're just becoming friends and everything. And you know, I'm starting to tell him that I've got a bit of a problem, but you know, nothing too heavy, nothing too heavy. You know. So anyway, you can just imagine the scenario. We get back to London. He's gone his way. I've gone my way. I am now in the grip of the jinn. When I say the grip, I mean I'm hearing voices. My suicide level has shot through the roof now. I mean, I feel like I really want to do it. Life doesn't seem worth living no more. I don't care if I live or die. I'm very confused. I wake up in the morning, I'm still being spit roasted, like put on a kebab skewer and roasted, going around and around. This would happen till about 12 o'clock. My position at work, I've lost my position. I'm feeling pretty down. I'm depressed actually. So anyway, a few days pass. I decide to give Yusuf a call. He decides to come round this weekend. So we start talking more in depth, and we're developing a friendship here. So I feel more confident now to tell him about what's really happening. I want to really open up my heart to him and tell him about the forces of evil that I can say is destroying my life. You know, I'm talking to this guy, and he's not like the other people. I had friends that I've been to school with, sat in the same class, but I told one guy that there was an evil situation going on with me, and you know, I was very afraid for my own life and my safety and my sanity. You know what my friend done? He ran. The second one I told, it's another school friend, he believed in this movie, right, from Denzel Washington called Jumpers, where one spirit jumps in you and then jumps at another person. As soon as I told him, he was gone as well. Never seen him again. I haven't seen none of them again. I went to my own family, you know, and told them as well. They were gone. You know, most of the time people are saying to me, you need psychiatric help, you need to take medication, there's something wrong with you. But anyway, let's get back to this. Yusuf, you know, I talked to him, I spit a little bit to him, and this guy was just so cool. Oh yeah, Robert, yeah. And I tell him like, you know, a bit more. I was always like drip feeding him, and he's just like, yeah. But he assured me there was a solution. So I really wanted the solution right now. Yeah, not tomorrow, right now. Because I was always fearful that when he left, I would do something stupid. It got to the stage where I would come from work and I wasn't going home. I just didn't want to go home. Home had become a place that was very negative, and I was scared to go in my own, would you believe it, go to my own place of rest. At night, I was still sleeping across the bed instead of sleeping the right way, yeah. I would keep my computer on all night. Anything was playing in the background. I didn't want to close my eyes. So my sleeping pattern now had come down to about 2 hours a night, yeah, especially in the morning when I'm waking up and I'm getting this burning feeling. I was going into work like a zombie. Everybody in the place knew, in my company knew that I wasn't myself. They've already sent me home, right, to you know, to relax, as they call it, right, to you know, chill out a bit. I already done that, but what they did to me, they sent me on another holiday. They called it a holiday this time. They sent me home again. Yeah, I said to them, but my holidays ain't due. They said, listen, you need another holiday, Rob. So I was sent home for another week. So in this time now, I was trying to get on with my little hobbies and things like that. But every time I put something down, it would be hidden. It's like it's disappeared. I couldn't find it, you know. If I was reading something or a book, it seemed like the words were melting in front of my very eyes. Nothing was going right for me. I mean, the only thing that I knew, right, is that I wanted to end my life. The voices were saying to me, look, Rob, you're crap, you're this, you're that. Give it up, just give it up and free yourself. And I was believing it, I was still going to church, but I wouldn't let no priest or a vicar or a reverend. None of them would I let them put their hands on me. No way. Last time I tried that, I went and bought a big knife. And I thought to myself, right, if I do let anyone touch me and I get that feeling again, that's it. That's the end of it for me. Finito, finish. So I started going to churches, getting down on my knees, praying like at least 5 times, even more. In Westminster Cathedral, that's when I was going to. Even the security guards knew me. Then I started to go to one in Kingston. I started to go all over the place. And I was getting foolish now. I was lighting candles. I was doing all this stupid stuff. And even if the church had a coffee shop, I spent my time in there drinking coffee as well. This is how bad it got. I didn't want to go home. And I was really confused. And then the next thing I knew is, right, my general hygiene was going down as well. And this is a bad thing, you know, this is a bad thing. I didn't care. You know, I couldn't control my feelings or anything like that. But what started to happen to me now, right, I started to kind of like hallucinate about things. I'll be driving and, you know, have these kind of emotions about happy things, and then it would go to some dark things. I mean, dark feelings. I was really confused. Because you remember, this thing is destroying the very fabric of your life. So every time I saw my friend Yusuf, I couldn't wait for the help to come. But little did I know, the help was at least 8 months away. And I was like, how am I going to cope? Am I going to last? But somehow Yusuf kept me going. He kept on encouraging me that there was light at the end of the tunnel. I couldn't see it. My tunnel was just black. There was no light in my tunnel. Yeah? I was getting paranoid now. I'd come home, I'd pull the curtains, right? I thought people were looking in at me from outside, although I live about 20 feet up from the main road. Yeah? There's no one walking around that high, but I was very, very paranoid. Very, very paranoid. If I heard footsteps walking past my door, you don't know. I was really, really messed up. And the thing as well, the people around me started to distance themselves even more now. Yeah? I could count my friends on one hand. So, and I was very kind of like frightened to talk to certain people about my situation, because my situation now wasn't an internal thing, it was an external thing. They could see it. So what am I supposed to do? Remember, I got nothing now, nothing, no family, nothing. Everybody had gone, girlfriend had gone, everybody had gone. Just me, myself, and I, and the jinn. That was it. And he's tormenting me. Yeah. I used to drive. I find myself driving in places that I wasn't supposed to. Instead of coming home, I'm going somewhere else. The traffic says taking me. I just want to stay in the car. That kind of stuff. I tried other things to try and find out if I could stop this. I got in contact with a so-called healer who said to me that they could tell me who's doing this. But the funny thing is, they said they would contact me by email. Okay, no problem with that. That night when I was waiting for the reply, by the morning my car was broken into. Okay, I thought nothing of it. I just thought, you know, it's just a normal break-in. But they didn't take it for anything of any relevance. They just took letters, bills and utility things and, you know, things like that. But the email came, obviously, through a computer. So I started to think, maybe they can help me. So the email said that this person had sent bad vibes towards you. That's how they said it, basically. So I was going down a certain path, believing that these people could help me. So I got in contact with them again, and they said to me like they're a white witch. I thought, what? And this is how crazy my mind was. I just wanted a cure. As I said to you before, my sleeping pattern had gone. Yeah, sometimes I was even bleaching. I was up for 24 hours. And the only person I had is the same guy, Yusuf. So I could only see him like once a week. I couldn't wait for these meetings. He was like my counselor, my rock, you know. I would sit down and just reel it off to him. But the guy was just so cool. He'd go, Robert, I understand. I said to him, listen, things are disappearing in front of me. And he goes, listen, what you don't understand is they can put their hand around things and blind you. It made sense to me. Because things that I would put down in front of my very eyes were going missing. This disappear, finito, gone. And then they turn up like 2 days later. So I started to get her understanding now. I tried to handle it. So what I would do, I would stay out late as much as I can, come home, try and watch movies and things like that, and then go to sleep. And I knew in the morning I was going to get burnt. I knew this. This burning was finished around about 12ish. And then after that, what I would try and do is concentrate on certain things, which was very, very difficult. So this means that you got to be like basically on a one-track mind. Anybody around you, your work colleagues or anyone, you just ignore everyone. You're going around in a bubble, yeah? So basically, this is how I was surviving. I know it sounds ridiculous and you won't believe it's true, but that's how I was surviving. So the thing is, right, the USAP became like a pillar of hope. I tell him everything. And this guy, I said to you, he was just so cool. But he kept on reassuring me, right, the solution will come and the solution would help you. Remember, this is months away. And he kept on telling me a bit, when I mean a bit, he would tell me like little stories, right, of experiences he had. And then I worked it out. He had suffered with similar things as well. And he assured me that I'm not the only one suffering. There's other people suffering out there, but they're not going to make a video like me, or they're not going to admit it. So we came to this kind of like level playing field, right? Where he would tell me stuff and I would tell him stuff. Like we're actually swapping our feelings, and plus he would tell me third party stuff as well. And it kind of helped me to a certain degree because I realised that I wasn't going cuckoo and I didn't need to take medication. And plus I'm in a community where I've seen people take medication from I was a little boy come up to a man, and none of them had, you know, gone back to normality. But the thing is, as well, my brain is starting to disintegrate now. I mean, it's falling to bits. I bought my knife. I bought a knife. I'll show it to you next time, yeah? And believe it or not, the idea with this knife, because the voices are talking to me, is to put the knife in an upright position like that on a bit of blue tack, so it's sticking up like that, and then do press-ups, you know, press-ups like this. Right where my heart is, and just let myself go, and then fall in the knife. That's what was on my head the most. This was going on really, 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 really strong for about 2 weeks. Because the voices now are talking to me, but they're getting more and more enforced in my brain. Because you remember, I can't do anything. I can't do anything positive. Everything is negative. So a couple of times I thought to myself, I tried to press ups, but I tell you, I couldn't even press my own body. I couldn't even press my own body weight. I was that messed up, right? I was eating all the wrong food. I was just floating. Life was just like I was in a cloud. So anyway, Yusuf kept on coming to see me, telling me just to, you know, take it easy. I'll be still talking all this madness to him. But months and months and months and months to go. And he assured me, one thing he assured me, and this is what kept me going, he said, as soon as the solution comes into the country or puts a foot onto the UK soil, I'll be the first client. You know what, right? That alone, right, was just keeping me going. Right? No matter what was happening to me, I thought to myself, at least I'm going to be the first client. But nothing was going on. Nothing was happening. It was months and months and months. Sometimes I even wanted the same Yusuf to be living at my place with me. I was that frightened sometimes. And plus I was very lonely. When you have this kind of thing, right, you're so lonely, there's no one you can really communicate with that understands you. Everyone just looks at you like a reject. I felt like a reject, especially the voices saying to me, you're rubbish, you're not worth the time of day. I don't care about my life. I don't care if I live or die, you know. I had problems crossing the road as well. Many times I stepped out when I wasn't supposed to step out. And cars would be bipping at me and I'd be like, oh, I didn't realise I was doing that. That's how bad it got, you know. I was very volatile, very, very volatile. And at the same time, I didn't know what was really going through. But so you can imagine, Yusuf was telling me about the jinn. I never heard of the jinn before. I never heard of. I thought, what is this guy talking about? I heard about poltergeists and things like this, yeah, but never a jinn. So I started to do my own little research, yeah, and then I realised, yes, this can harm you big time. Someone has sent this to destroy your life, and this is what was happening to me. So once I started to get that kind of understanding to it, it made it a little bit better. But there's no way I could control it. There's no way I could do anything physically to stop. So this carried on, you know, this carried on and carried on. But as this is number 2, in number 3, we'll get to a point now where the solution has come onto British soil. Okay.